So XRP is consolidating down in a range at the moment, but is it about to break out or break down? That's the purpose of this video. We're going to be taking a look at the technical analysis on XRP, taking a look at what I think is likely to go on next, considering the market structure and sentiment in the space. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, check it out, guys. You're missing a trick if you haven't done so yet. Linked in the description below. It's completely free and it's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. Let's jump right down into the video. So XRP paired up with USDT. This is the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 spot exchange data, and we're on the 1 hour time frame. We're looking at smart money concepts here, and we are of course tracking some fair value gaps. A big one that we're ranging inside right now, a small one that we were looking at yesterday that has now been filled, so I can go ahead and remove that one off, and one down slightly lower at 46.597 and 46.871. Okay, we have the local low down here at the moment of 47.439, and we do have a target range just up the top here. Also falls in line with a fair value gap and equilibrium, this being 50.610 and 51.378. So all in all, we've got some interesting things going on. So we're kind of stuck at the moment, right, ranging in this little range here, ranging market. Now, we have been breaking down over the last few hours or so, testing the lows, but we're back down in the oversold position on the hourly chart. Let's just go jumping over into the 4 hour. It's not quite where it needs to be yet, so we could probably look at a bit further down before we actually start to see any major swings to the upside. But for the most part, we're kind of progressing quite nicely. I'd probably look at this coming down a little bit lower than the previous low, which is the one just tagged here at 48.125. I'd expect us to come down just a fraction lower than that. We are, of course, in a bearish structure at the moment. We're still targeting out that slightly higher range to finish off the entire pattern, and then from there I think we can see a bigger break to the downside if that needs to be the case. Now obviously we've been chopping and changing between bullish and bearish states quite a lot, as you can kind of see here. Bearish to bullish to bearish to bullish, back to bearish. And what we're waiting to do here is see if we can push up to this equilibrium, and is that going to trick us into then going back into a bullish state of play. Ultimately, on those larger time frames, zooming out into the daily, you can see that we're coiling up here, so I still expect us to kind of move up a little ways. You can see that the daily stochastic RSI is in a good position to see momentum shifting, and we are trying to fight our way above the 50 EMA and hold it as support at the moment. Okay, so we are looking at potentially pushing up into this ascending triangular wedge, but after that, you know, I'm not overly too positive, unless of course we get some good fundamental stuff occurring with regards to the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, which, you know, I think is starting to kind of materialize that the SEC are not likely to win. And settlement is either going to be on the horizon here or a Ripple win, in my opinion. A Ripple win would be fantastic for the crypto space, so regardless of how you feel about XRP, you really do want a Ripple win, because that will really set the SEC back on these chump charges that they're basically throwing at cryptocurrency firms. So I think essentially, you know, a Ripple win is going to be fantastic for the industry, and you know, I do think that a lot of these bureaucrats, these heads of divisions like Gary Gensler and Hinman and Jay Clayton, they all need jail time, in my opinion. The levels of corruption's there. It's obvious. We see it within the emails now. Hopefully justice will be served. So yeah, unless something big happens with the case, I would expect a breakdown once we test these highs again on the daily time frame, but you're already talking weeks out at this point. Jumping back down into our hourly, we can see that we are probably going to come back down and retest those lows, as I said, and then we'll look to target those highs. Now, jumping over into the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 side of things, we just come into the trading area for spot trading, that is, for XRP. We can jump into here and we'll just cross-reference to make sure we've not missed any fair value gaps. Obviously, we've got the one on the low side. We've obviously filled this one that we're consolidating into at the moment, and we do have that slightly higher one just here at 53.843. to 56.181. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not we can kind of get there. At the moment, we've kind of broke below our trend line here. It's became resistance, and so it's becoming tougher and tougher to kind of push away to the upside here. With the consolidation in this range, though, that does show us that we're highly liquid again within this range, and therefore, a second that there's an imbalance in these order books, we're going to see a volatile movement in one of those directions. Looking at it, I would expect a move to the upside, but not before we retest some of these existing lows just a bit more. Once we test those lows, I would expect a move to the upside on that one. If you haven't yet already checked out 𝗕𝗘𝗪, check it out. The affiliate link is in the description down below. They obviously have XRP on a spot pair. KYC is optional. It's more mandatory if you need to be onboarding fiat onto the exchange. And obviously some jurisdictions, some countries and stuff like that, they're not going to let you use this platform. So just bear in mind that if you're in the US and you're trying to do KYC, it's probably not a good idea to do KYC with 𝗕𝗘𝗪 because you will be restricted. If, however, you want to use it in a KYC-free manner, you have to deposit stablecoins onto the platform and then use it that way. Again, check your own jurisdictions as to what you should and should not be doing. So I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any form of financial advice. I can only show you my thoughts and opinions as kind of how I would approach things personally. But obviously, I'm a UK resident. I can KYC and I can use the platform without any issues. But of course, if you are in one of those jurisdictions, you may look at alternative methods. But it's my go-to platform, as I say, pretty much every video. 90 to 95% of all my spot trading is done through 𝗕𝗘𝗪, and I do all my leverage trading through 𝗕𝗘𝗪 as well. So there's leverage pairs, contracts on XRP as well as spot, so you can buy and withdraw your spot purchases onto a cold storage device as well. So as I said, affiliate link is in the description below. If you're looking for a new exchange that sells XRP, why not check out 𝗕𝗘𝗪? Let's jump down into some of these additional views on XRP then. So on the daily time frame here, you can see that we're really fighting this low area and this previous area of supply and consolidation that we've been in. We are looking for a break upwards from here, and I do think that's something that we're likely to see. If we clean that up a little bit, we're still in that expansion. We're still potentially looking at that move to the upside there. It'll be interesting to kind of see if we can get that break more towards 58 cent and really take out some of those fair value gaps on those smaller time frames that we're kind of left behind. For the most part, we have a small one in there as well, also needs filling out, but that I think is going to cover it for XRP today. Not terribly too much going on, just kind of waiting for the market to make its next big move. If you found this useful and informative, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe. Why not check out Discord? Link is in the description below. Until the next video though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.